Hi, my name is Justyna, I'm the founder of Practices Academy. And in this short video, I'd like to share with you the story why we actually created Practices Academy, where the idea came from, and how did we get from where we began up to now. I am so happy that finally all the Seema exams are behind me. It took me a while, of course, you know that, because you've been going through the exams yourself. Now I can share my experience with you personally, or I can help you out by hiring the best possible tutors that are out there. And that's basically what we've done throughout the last few years. But it was not always easy, as you can imagine. I also had a share of my exam drama. Few times I was actually sitting exams when I was pregnant, like not 2 months pregnant, but like 7 months pregnant. So you can imagine the size of the belly that I had. Let's just say that it was not easy to type. So early in 2015, I set my F3 exam. At the time, I thought that, all the time that I spent on trying to learn for other exams, I could use the same strategy, which is what I've realized that worked for me, and it's just, little disclaimer, it worked for me, it doesn't necessarily need to work for you. It was that I had to go through the video lectures, then afterwards I had to revise all the syllabus by part. So, full part A, and after I complete full part A, then I was actually practicing the questions from that part. And then when I completed all the parts, I was mixing up the questions, I was just basically doing the mock exams. At the time, we didn't have so much resources. If you think about it, in 2015, when I was actually passing that exam, there were just like 2 main providers. So there I was, thinking that I know the structure, I have my own system, and I set the exam, and I actually failed. And I was not really used to failing an exam because, if you think back at my, school time or university time, I was always top of the class, so I haven't really failed any exam before. So it was a definite new experience, something I had to learn how to deal with, and I'm sharing with you my experiences on the blog as well. So there I was, feeling like a complete failure, but I'm not one of those who just sits and complains. I actually try to find out another way how I can actually prepare better for the exam and pass it finally. So I made a plan, a structure. The only thing that I realized I really needed was that I needed to have more materials to practice, so more questions. And I couldn't find them anywhere because, as I mentioned already, there were not that many available on the market. In my opinion, passing an exam is not really only about the knowledge that you have, but it's, I would even say 50–40%. It's actually the exam technique that you are using, which means that when you sit an exam and you attempt it, you need to figure out what is your exam answering technique, meaning you just need to know how you approach the exam. So if you're going to just go through all the questions, if that works for you, that's also fine. Or you're going to just go through all the exam, answer the easy ones, and just come back later on for the more difficult ones, or the quick ones, but the ones that require some additional effort from your side. Those are the things that you really need to know. And in my opinion, you can only figure out those kind of things when you practice enough, when you have enough resources to practice. So one of the experiences I had when I was studying is just that the other tuition providers were just providing maybe 200 questions, and that was not really enough to figure out your technique, because on one hand you had to learn all the syllabus and you need to practice it to kind of figure out if you actually understand all the parts of the syllabus, but there was not really enough time and resources just to go through and figure out what is your exam technique. So you can figure out that at the time already I had some thoughts about maybe creating something, since I have the very entrepreneurial mindset, as you can imagine. But my breakthrough came only at the time when I actually was waiting in the Pearson view for the exam results. Because, you know, at the beginning you get the fail or pass, and then the exact amount of the points you get 2 days later. So I was waiting for the results, anxious, my heart was beating, I thought it's going to just pop out of my chest. I was so stressed because I already failed an exam and I was attempting another one. And when the lady came and she gave me the paper, so with my sweaty hands I just took it and I saw, I passed. It was one of the best moments ever, really. Especially when you thought that you cannot actually make it and you failed already before and finally you managed to pass. So that was the moment when I realized that was really a crappy feeling I had before, and I don't want anyone else to go through that. So I want to actually help others, to help them prepare for the exam in a better way, so they do not have to go through all this drama that I went through. So that was the beginning of Practice Test Academy. That was the idea that I had. Now, how actually we came from that point to where we are right now? When I was working during my corporate times, I was working internal audit and I was traveling around the world constantly, mostly around Europe, but there were some other places as well where I went to. And so I met a lot of people who were really interested in finance. And when you audit people, you realize that, you know, some people are really good at explaining certain things and some are not. And those who are good at explaining, plus afterwards I learned that they were also attempting some Seema or ACCA exams. I contacted them, and apparently I'm very good at motivating other people and convincing them that my idea is the best idea. So they started to cooperate with me. Also, during my study times, I was in contact with many other people, many other tutors that I was sometimes asking for advice. And those tutors, actually I also contacted them, and they were quite eager to help me out with Practice Test Academy. We've started with E3 paper, as that was one of the exams that I passed most recently. First we started with the strategic level, then we went down to management level, then we completed operational level, and then afterwards, maybe after year and a half, we completed the foundation certificate level. So now, fast forward to today, I'm happy to say that we actually completed all the possible packages for OT papers. So now it's June 2018, and I am right now in the middle of releasing the complete courses for the whole strategic level, so for 3 papers. I'm really excited about it. I actually cooperated with one of the best Seema tutors out there, and I think he did an excellent job providing the recorded videos for you guys. And of course that's not the end, there are some other things that I would like to do. If the videos are going to work well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that we are going to continue providing the full courses for other Seema papers. Another thing that I'm considering is that, you know, there are a lot of certifications in finance, so not only I need to focus on Seema, but there are some other accounting bodies like ACCA, CIA, since, you know, I've been an auditor all my life. One of the big achievements that we've had recently is that we've been accepted by Seema as an official Seema learning provider in 2018, because all the effort that we input into creating all the courses and all the questions, all the materials paid off since we got this recognition. And now when I look back at the days when I was working in the corporate world, to be honest, I do not really regret anything. I'm really happy that I'm doing right now something that I love, something that I'm really passionate about. I've always been on the border of IT and finance, so I think that this really paid off. I am running my business in a way that I like to, not that in a way that I have to. As I hope that you can see that I'm quite a friendly person and quite open and straightforward, and I surround myself with people who have similar features. They are always, we, the whole team, are always very helpful. So whenever you have any questions, any concerns, you spot any issues, or you don't know how to answer a specific question, you need more information, just drop us an email or let us know on the forum, on our Facebook forum. We will be really happy to help you. Learning online, it's like in any normal circumstances, is just a connection or relationship between two sides. So that's why I wanted to show you our human side of the business, and hope you enjoy the video. Thank you.